Thanks for joining us today for our monthly programs call. We're going to talk about maintaining the mentoring momentum post-conference. It's been just 2 weeks since we came together for our annual mentoring conference. So lots of momentum there and lots of talk about continuing some of the activities and ideas that people connected on. So just wanted to revisit that and talk about some things that are going to be happening and hear some ideas that you might have for ways that we could continue some of the ideas that were shared at the conference. So I'm going to share on the screen now the web page. Hopefully you've all found this on our website from the conference, and the very top link has all of the sessions with the titles and facilitators, just so you could revisit those, just to try to remember maybe what you attended, or if you some of the sessions you might not have attended. And then links, the rest of the links are all of the notes from all of the sessions. They're recordings from the opening closing sessions, and then any notes that received from all of the other sessions are listed there. So while we have these up, I'm going to call on everyone in attendance now. If you would share, I put in the chat, if you'd share one new idea that you took away from any of the sessions, or one new idea that you shared with others, or a topic that you want to learn more about, or think something you want to keep moving forward. I think almost everyone on the call was at the conference, but if you weren't, you could answer the last question, something you want to learn more about. So when I call on you, make sure you unmute yourself, please. And if you can't, if you don't have audio for some reason, if you would kindly put something in the chat, that would be great. Thanks so much. So first, when I'm going to call on Anna, and please say your name, your program, location, and then if you would answer the question, please. So Anna, are you able to unmute?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We sure can. Thanks.
Yep. Sorry, I'm also eating lunch, so sorry about that.
That's allowed. Lunch is allowed sometimes, even when we're working.
You know. I really enjoyed the conference, but and I think the thing that I enjoyed the most is just the connecting with everyone and knowing that we're all in this together, because everybody wins is first of all, I'm Anna Sunstrom from Everybody Wins Iowa, and so we're experimenting with online programs and Pen Pal program, and it was just refreshing to hear from people. I guess I don't know if refreshing is the word, but just that we're all sort of in this together and like facing the same sort of issues, especially with the Pen Pal program and not getting responses back necessarily from the students at the school. So yeah, that was a great perspective for me.
Thanks, Anna. Annie Steffen?
Yep, this is Annie Steffen from Mentor Dubuque for Dubuque and Jackson counties. Similar to Anna, just kind of the whole, we're not the only ones that are struggling currently is kind of the biggest takeaway. I mean, yes, there's a lot of the virtual things that we're trying to implement, and we're all working together on that. But also just kind of the importance of self-care with a lot of these things, even after the election and all of that, depending, no matter who you basically voted for, it's all lots of self-care. So just putting those things together out there.
Thanks, Annie. Acknowledging it's a stressful time for everybody, and yeah, self-care is so important. Colleen? Colleen, I'm not sure if you have audio, so if you're not able to share by audio, if you go ahead and put something in chat, that would be great. We'll go on to Felicia.
This is Felicia Watkins with YSS Mentoring. We serve Boone, Story, and one program in Hamilton County. I'd say the biggest takeaway would be connecting with everyone, and then hopefully, as we're talking about today, is continuing that momentum and staying connected throughout the year. Also a big takeaway, and I think Annie was the one who shared the Canva for free for nonprofits, and I don't know, I'm still blown away by that, and YSS is working on filling out that application to have that graphic design resource available for the agency for free. So that is it.
Thanks, Felicia, and glad you mentioned that Canva free that was shared. I know that's in the notes from one of the sessions, but if you don't use Canva, it is a great design tool, and it is free. There's a free version anyway, but the enhanced version is available free to nonprofits. And Annie, I'll just say, since you shared that, if anybody wanted help, or Annie could probably provide you with some assistance on getting that nonprofit upgrade for free. Carla? Carla, you can unmute. There
I'm
you go.
trying. Hi.
You're good. Yeah.
I just joined, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to
Oh, I'm
share.
sorry.
So-
Okay. And yeah, just one idea you took away, or an idea that you shared at the conference, or something you wanted to learn more about, and just sharing name and program where you're from.
Okay, Carla Roberts with Ames Mentoring at the Ames Middle School, facilitator. And at the conference, I think the biggest takeaway was I wanted to know more about the platform that mentors could use with their mentees, and found out some good information to share with my matches.
Great, Carla. And let me know if you need help when you're getting folks on there, because I want to see matches using the system. So thanks.
All right.
Caitlin. Caitlin, you look like you unmuted, but we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I just was saying that I really enjoyed the conference. I thought it was really well put together, and it was a nice space to be able to network. I had just started my position in June, so it was nice to kind of put faces with some names and kind of connect with other people and just hear their ideas and what they're doing. And then I think my biggest takeaway was recruitment-wise for mentors, since that is such a big challenge, especially in the pandemic. I can't remember who shared it, but he had created a video that he shares. So I think we're going to start working on some ideas to do that for our own recruitment. But yeah, I just overall really enjoyed it.
Oh, thanks, Caitlin. Kristen?
Kristen Langle with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Siouxland in Sioux City, Iowa. The thing I liked connecting with everybody and getting to chat, and then sending emails on the side to people who I was in conferences with. And then some big takeaways we took were the virtual recruitment, kind of so we can keep growing the program, and then looking into different match activities and ways for our matches to meet virtually during this time, and what other agencies were doing.
Thanks, Kristen. Yes, and you'll see that there were 2 different match activity sessions, and each one of those, the notes have a whole host of ideas and then links to other documents too that have more ideas. So make sure you check those out if you haven't. And same with the recruitment that Kristen just referenced as well. We called it virtual recruitment because those are the times we live in, but there were just some ideas for recruitment, in general. Someday we'll come out of pandemic as well. Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Baker with Club M with the Burlington Community School District, and I really liked the virtual, meeting the challenges of virtual meetings, as well as the diversity training. I think that's something that we don't really have a whole lot of, and I think that it's something that is very needed in our community.
Thanks, Lauren. We're going to talk a little bit more about the diversity training, and thanks for mentioning the challenges of the virtual meetings. We all are experiencing ourselves, and the challenges for our mentors and mentees. So check out those notes if you haven't yet. Lynn?
Hey, Lynn Carroll from Heart of Iowa Big Brothers Big Sisters in Marshalltown. I had put forth an idea of learning more about Zoom, and the people that were on the call, including Chad, all offered a little bit of information, and so all of it together became great information. I have not mastered Zoom yet, and we decided that all of us, it was just a matter of practicing using it. There is a free version, and then there is a couple different versions for being able to, that you could pay for, that maybe allows you to do more things. There's breakout rooms. There's also, and Chad told us this one, there's also an opportunity to use something that's called a whiteboard. So I learned a lot. Thank you.
Great, Lynn, thanks. And I know, yeah, the Zoom tips is the last one there, and I know that you shared information about collecting data. It says end of year surveys, but I know there's a broader conversation about data, and that link has your presentation as well, so check that out. Are there others that have joined that didn't get a chance to share? We're just introducing ourselves program, and one thing that a new idea that you took away, or a new idea that you shared, topic you want to learn more about. Is there anyone else? I think, oh, Jamie, it looks like you joined. Are you able to unmute yourself and share, please?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. This is Jamie Peterson. I'm with New Opportunities. We cover Carroll, Sac, Guthrie, Green, and Audubon. One thing I know that Caitlin and I both got out of the sessions were some help with like e-mentoring. And just kind of how people are going about doing that. So I thought that was really helpful, especially since we're trying to figure out how to convert to that now. Yeah, I don't know if Caitlin already went, if she's on the call, if she kind of elaborated a little bit more on that. But I thought that was just really helpful how they kind of talked about, sorry, I'm not feeling well. Just oh my goodness, I am so sorry.
Just connecting virtually, but
what was that?
Was it specifically about messaging, or about connecting like video and staying connected virtually?
Yeah. It was just like connecting with other people and different activities that you can do through that, as far as like meeting with your mentee and things like that. So that was helpful for us to be able to pass that along to our mentors once we get started with our e-mentoring program.
Great. Thanks, Jamie. Sorry you're not feeling well. And I, you know, the conference, some folks alluded to it, just the connections were important, and just feeling like you're not alone at this time, that anytime, you know, you're mostly, a lot of you are the only in a program, or you have a small staff, it's just nice to connect with other folks that are doing the same work, but just more so now because we're all in this uncharted water, and it's just really helpful to, you know, hear that we're all in the same boat together. So just looking at to continue those connections and how we can do that, because I'm afraid, you know, it's going to be looking like this for quite a while. I mean, the kind of COVID rates just keep increasing in the state. So we'll probably have this, I know you're probably having some continued changes with programs. So I did want to share, I know Annie referenced the self-care session, and if you weren't in that session, just know that there is a whole slide deck in there, and that might be something perhaps, obviously for all of us, it might be a good thing just to take some time for this for yourself, but it's also something you could share with mentors and mentees, and you know, you can make this your own too if you want to adapt it and pull some things out of it, but just know that that is a resource that's available under self-care. If you haven't found this on the website yet, one of the things that came up in sessions is a way to share program resources. During COVID, we did create the Google folder, and has a lot of COVID related resources and virtual ideas and match ideas. And I know now we have the session notes on there from the conference. And I created this temporary page. As you see on the website, it says it's under construction. 2 things on there right now are more information about our virtual platform. So if you click on that, it will be the presentation, recording of the presentation we did earlier for programs. Another thing that is on there is related to match activities. Closed Gap is this social emotional check-in, which I came across. I know some schools are using it. So this insert here, how are you feeling? That's Closed Gap. It's a free resource for programs, but it might be something you could take a look at that perhaps your matches could do when they're checking in, or it might be something you do with monitoring matches as well too. So I would just encourage you to check that out. And the other image here is of what the virtual platform looks like with IMP that is available to programs. So if you're interested in that, haven't heard more about it, just reach out to me and we can fill you in some more information about that. Another follow-up, something that came out of this in the diversity discussion, folks were talking about the trainings that they're using for mentors and that their program staff needed training, and it seemed that there was it was a collective need to have some training for mentors or perhaps training for program staff. And so I proposed that perhaps it made sense that we worked on this as a mentoring staff group from across the state, and IMP could take the lead on this. And so it's something that we could offer to, if there's some trainings that we could offer to all programs. So, if it's a slide deck we could hand off to folks, or if it's a training we could do for all the program staff. There's certainly other ideas about diversity, equity, inclusion we could talk about for, recruitment for mentors and, your board and staff representation. So there's a lot that could be involved in this group. Some folks raised their hand during that diversity session, but I know not everyone was in that session. So I would love to have more volunteers that would like to be involved in this work. Not that you're going to be doing the work, it's just to be thought partners and what would be super helpful for programs. So I just would love your input. And if you're interested in that, please email mentor@iowaeda.com. You can always email me. I just think sometimes it's easier to have that generic email that's, you don't have to remember anything else than mentor. And I just added that this has been a focus for Volunteer Iowa work. There was a diversity training that was available to all the mentoring programs today through Volunteer Iowa as well. So I just wanted to mention that that is a focus for all of our programs, and looking at how we're serving underserved populations and how we are being inclusive and equitable in all the work that we do as well. And then it does include some talk with funders as well, because there's some work to do with funders with their inclusivity of underrepresented groups and the programs that they fund. So everyone's talked about keeping connections, and I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew. I know you connected and collected emails, maybe in contact information at the conference, but do know that everyone's program contact information is on the website under programs. So you can search here by program name or by the city. And if you click on any of the programs, for instance, if you clicked on YSS, it will take you to this screen, which has the contact information of the main contact for the program. So everybody can reach out to Felicia now. There's her information on the screen. So just know that that is out there. You obviously can always reach out to me, but you don't have to go through me by any means. And if you want to just reach out and, sometimes folks reach out to me and they want to just know if I know of somebody who's working and doing X, Y, or Z work or has examples of X, Y, or Z, and I can connect folks as well. But I wanted to make sure that everybody knows that contact information is out there for everyone. Another idea that was proposed, and I recognize that it was a challenge, particularly for school staff to be fully engaged with conference sessions. I know it was a challenge for a lot of folks. It's just, it's stressful. I know it is right now, and you're putting in a lot of time on the virtual meetings and everything else you're doing to try to keep your matches going and keep your programs going. So we did propose that we'd have some just check-ins and looking at a monthly call that would be shorter, like 30 minutes, and I called them coffee chats, we can call them whatever. Looking at a morning time, some school folks have told me that like about 8:30, 9:30 in that time frame, so maybe we're looking at 9 o'clock a call. And the only agenda would be what participants want to discuss, whoever's on the call that time, if they want, you know, and maybe it's just, you just want to hear that we're all in the same boat, but maybe you have a specific need, or just to connect with folks from across the state. Certainly will be less formal than these. It won't be a presentation per se. So we'll be looking at scheduling that first call early in December. So I'm going to take a pause here. If you have questions about anything that I've mentioned for follow-up, or I really do want you to think, what else would you like to see us doing as a network? And that's an ask you have of IMP. Could we be doing something differently, or connecting folks in a different way, or providing more information for you, or whatever it might be? What else would you like to see? So just unmute yourself, please, or you're welcome to put something in chat. Okay, this group is not shy about sharing. So I'm just going to guess that everything is going to be wonderful. Everything is just, we're doing everything you want us to do. Or thoughts about anything that I proposed moving forward? Okay, if nothing to share right now, the slides will come out. You'll have some more time to think about things and think about how you might want to participate further, or continue some of the discussion. So I'm going to share some more reminders and other resources and opportunities upcoming. National Mentoring Month, of course, will be in January this year, as in every year, and you'll notice that the graphic up there is from 2020 because Mentor has not released the 2021 information yet, or their graphics. But I did check with them, and they said they'll be coming out in the next couple weeks. Just know that they are creating a whole new awareness campaign. If you remember, their last one was the In Real Life, and they've done a lot of research and testing about how to reach folks, and so they're revealing that in January as well, so there'll be some materials along with that. But the National Mentoring Month specific toolkit will be coming out in the next couple weeks, so look for that. The National Mentoring Summit, if you haven't been looking into that, it is January 27th to 29th this year. It is going to be virtual, which one of the benefits of, we have to look for benefits during the pandemic. One of the benefits of this being virtual, it will be very affordable. The registration is not open yet. I don't really know what the delay is. They keep saying registration is coming soon. And I had seen information that it was going to be somewhere in $75 to $100 range, early bird, which is going through December even. But I would really encourage you to block some time for that. I know it is a financial burden to travel to Washington, D.C. to attend this conference, but those issues are taken away this year, and it's just clicking and joining with professionals from all across the country. And the caliber of the speakers for the large sessions and for the breakout sessions is very high, and it's a great opportunity to network from folks from all across the country. So I just really encourage you to take a look at that and block some time, make some time for yourself for some professional development in January, when you're doing all the other things you're doing for your mentors and mentees during National Mentoring Month. And also wanted to remind you that the governor's certificates for mentor recognition are available, and that was in the last newsletter. That link, I've asked for those by next Thursday, please, and fill out the form carefully. That's exactly how you fill out the form is exactly how the certificates will read. But encourage you to get those in, please, so we can get those out to you for National Mentoring Month if that's when you want to use them. Also want to remind you that November is Thank Your Mentor Month. So I encourage you to use the hashtag Thank Your Mentor. We did talk about this, I think, in the recruitment sessions. We talked about some different forums, but it is really an opportunity if you want to use it for recruitment. We know that mentors are the best recruiters of other mentors. It's a great chance for mentors to say thank you for someone who mentored them. And it's also another thing they could do is they could thank their mentees. We all know that mentors often say that mentees have as much as impact on them as they have on the mentees. And obviously your mentees can participate as well and thank their mentors. And the sign is available on the IPM website if you want to use this sign. Just make sure you use the hashtag Thank Your Mentor, so you're linked to the bigger campaign. Take a photo, post it on social media. Appreciate if you tag the IMP at Iowa Mentoring. And just a reminder there too, if you do not, please make sure you're following us on Facebook. Just a reminder about other resources that all of our newsletters are on the IMP website. All of our webinars are on the IMP YouTube channel, and we send those out directly, obviously, and send out recordings to people directly too. But if you happen to not be on a recording, or I know how I am too with a webinar, sometimes if I'm not able to attend, or sometimes I do and something doesn't really resonate with me at the time, but it's a need that I have later. So those are out there. You can go back and look if there was you know, there are a couple on recruitment like we've done over the last couple of years. There are various topics, but it might not have been something that you needed at the time, but they're all there for you. And just a reminder too, the National Mentoring Resource Center is a huge, huge resource. It is the research center for mentoring nationally. So there's a lot of research there on best practice and program design. When you're looking into any aspect of your program, you don't have to just rely on, you know, coming up with some ideas or sharing ideas with the thought partner and the great sharing we do across this network as well. There is a national network, and there are a lot of research-based resources there. And also technical assistance is available too if you're looking for in-depth support for a particular aspect of your program. You can register for it there, and that will provide you some ongoing meetings and support to support any particular aspect of your program. So that is all I had to share today, but that was a lot of me sharing and not hearing from you. Except your great comments at the beginning about things that you're taking forward. So I'm going to pause again or hear if anybody else has anything they want to share. And I'm finally just catching up on chat, sorry. We're having lots of audio problems, I see. Oh, well, Felicia just asked if PeerShare can be on a platform with video, and you'll see right here, like Teams. We will be moving to Teams. We would be happy to hear that. There were some challenges with Teams, but they continue to upgrade, and we feel like it has all of the resources that we need now to conduct the calls on Teams. So we will be doing Teams, and I know that's not a platform that everyone uses, but that is a platform that we do use, not by choice, but anyway, that's the platform we use because we use Microsoft at work. So if you, I think all of you have been on Teams because you were at the conference, but downloading it will give you the greatest accessibility and for all of the features in Teams, but it functions pretty much like your Zoom calls that most of you are familiar with. So yes, we will be switching to Teams, which I will email the entire list that's been registered and go to webinar, and we'll get it out to everyone so that you have the correct link for that, but it will be the same link every month, much like you've been doing on the GoTo webinars. So thanks for that question, Felicia. And that was just Lynn needed to leave. Any other questions or comments? Or if I missed something in chat, I just scrolled through all of those. I think I covered everything. Lots of audio and sound issues today, and hopefully I made it through without any of those. That's the world we're living into. If you have something particular you'd like to dive into more in depth in December, please reach out.